Welcome back, everybody. My name is Brown Man, and we've got,
Alchemist?
and we are at the 11th Esports World Championships in Seoul, and brought to you by IESF. We've got a spicy match for you coming up. I know I say that every time, but it just keeps getting better. So this is the this is like four chilies, right, on the time menu. Yesterday was three. This is four. So we've got Finland versus South Korea, and we have Jopilex versus Knee. Nee did some work yesterday. Like he came up against Anakin, and I thought that may have gone Anakin's way, but Nee just snuffed it out towards the end, and that was the end of it. But Jopilex, he's been doing pretty well. Like at Evo, he beat Super Kuma, he beat Saint, and he beat a bunch of people. He made like top 16.
I don't remember, but he did quite well,
Yeah,
yes.
excellent. So these are both extremely strong players. Obviously, Nee is the favorite, but Jopilex is no stranger to upset. So we'll see how this one goes. He'll probably be using Claudio. Knee, I don't know. Knee, you can flip a coin, heads or tails, and it'll land on its side. You don't know what's going to happen.
Something interesting to note is Nee used Geese yesterday in his matchup for against Anakin. And on that match, I should say, that was probably the one of the best match we've had so far. So Nee coming off a very decisive win over Anakin, one of the favorites for this tournament. Both of these players have actually played Leroy in this tournament.
Yeah.
So will we see that character come out? Nee and Jopelix both played him, but I feel like that was to catch their opponents off guard. Since both of them play the character, they might understand it better. So I don't think we might see that. I don't think we will see that character. But I think Jopelix obviously going to stick with that Claudio. Definitely his best character. Definitely his most successful character. Nee obviously has that Paul. He has that Steve. He has that Geese. Those are his triple threat right now.
Yep.
Which one is coming out?
Well, I'm gonna have to see. Like, what do you think though? If it's a Claudio versus in something matchup,
I think Steve.
Steve?
I think he's going to go for Steve.
pretty good. Again, I'm always rooting for those Machimans, but we'll see how we go.
But then again, he could just throw, a spanner in the works and just throw a random character at us.
Kanryu, Xiao Yu.
Saving that character for finals or something.
All right, let's see.
So this is Finland versus South Korea. This is our second match here in semi-finals. This is a first to 5 or a best of 9, if you will.
Is Nee wearing a different hoodie?
Oh, no.
I don't think that's a national hoodie. Oh!
The crowd
Let's go!
favorite
Let's go!
goes with the Brian pick.
My boy. All right, this got exciting real quick. All right, Abandoned Temple, Claudio versus Brian. Let's see some taunts, boys.
This is the character that people know Brian for.
Nee, right?
Yes. Yes, they know Nee, sorry. but Brian.
That's the thing. They're the same thing.
They're the same thing. They're one and the same. They're synonymous.
All right, this honestly, I think this is a lot of players' dream to verse Nee's Brian in a tournament, and not just any tournament. It's IESF, first to 5. This is going to be a tough one, but damn, this is going to be some good tech.
And Nee has always said Brian is one of those characters that's really good in long sets. That's why we don't see him in shorter sets. Probably because of the way Nee likes to approach the game. Let's see what he does here, because I'm very curious how he approaches this long set with Brian. I feel as if he's going to stick with his character throughout the whole way, but we'll have to see. Nee off to a great start. Joplix uses that rage drive, does have wall pressure, goes into the plus frame, and caught Nee pressing buttons on -6.
Okay.
Joplix cashes in, gets that wall split and the first round in his favor.
Yeah, that round really started in Nee's favor. I thought he was going to take it. So many downfall ones. But Job like, no, I'm done. You're done. You're done with it. I'm coming back.
See, the very first time he used the down forward 1 there, he used forward 3 after, he did it there again, and that's the test timing, and to check them with mental frame advantage, because obviously he got follow-up to that down forward 1, there we see he uses those follow-ups. So he's continuing to mind game this early in the set with that down forward 1, gets that hatchet to close out the round, ties it up for 1 round apiece. So I want to see how this down forward 1 mind game progresses. Right now, we've seen him check for mental frame advantage with that forward 3, and obviously commit to the successive hits. No punish there on that back 3-3 with forward 3.
Oh, that's a big win.
With Claudio in general, you want to play at a range where if your opponent whiffs anything, hop kick is a punish. If you have Starburst, you have obviously access to that launcher mid. And there we see that hop kick, excellent combo from Joblix, gets countered with the back 1. He should get him to the wall here.
Oh, he's going for them taunts.
He drops the combo early, scared that the Axis was going to make the down back 1 plus 2 whiff. Joblix in rage once again. How's he going to make use of this? Nee keeping up those plus frames, and the hop kick comes out. Down forward 1, doing so much work for Nee so far this early on in the set. Gets the hatchet. I think that's a male-only combo. The adjustment by Joplix to the left to get the conversion there.
Oh, didn't let her rip. Still got the starburst though.
You don't want to use it straight away. You want to mind game with it. Eventually, they might forget about it, and there you go. You get that pre-launch. Joplix still does have that starburst, and Knee not letting him use it, pressuring him so he doesn't have to do the mix-up. There's another hop kick interrupted by Knee, trying to dash up, get some pressure, and pushing Joplix to the wall right now. But he works his way out with that low parry.
Double knees, let's go. Oh, let's her rip that time. He loaded that gun up many times in this round and just did not let her rip.
Woo! The trade.
Oh, drops it. Still alive.
Of the combo.
Oh, man.
He just did it. 2 rounds straight, won by Hatchet Kid. I mean, you know, he's got to read that Joplix doesn't want to duck in the clutch. Takes
Brian,
it.
am I
3
right?
rounds to 1. Very well done there by Knee. So far what we've noticed is Knee's using down forward 1 a lot. He's keeping him in check because he knows down forward 1 will beat hop kick. If he does down forward 1 into the follow-ups, obviously it will float out hop kick after any attempt. And when he sees that Joplix isn't doing anything, that down forward 1 becomes a move where you essentially freeze your opponent. You get those lows, you get extra situations where you can just check your opponent for what they want to do. And I think Knee's doing that really well with that down forward 1.
Alright, now we're in geometric plane. Got some sick walls for Brian to do some weird stuff with. So let's see if he can get that. Everyone's just waiting for the jet up, but this is Brian's, again, Knee's signature. So hopefully we'll see some of that today. But Joplix got a lot to worry about here.
Joplix using those jabs. Claudio was one of the best jab strings in the game in that 1-2. Gets that 3+4 knockdown. There's a situation on that 3+4 knockdown. If they stay down, you can dash and refloat with down back 2. If they tech, and the Brian players knows the situation, they can obviously set up a taunt situation where they get free follow-ups. Commits to the full string. Nice punish by Joplix.
Oh, finally hits that forward 3.
This will be big damage. Brian gets huge damage from any counter.
Whoa.
Baits out the rage art with the taunt and
Damn.
punishes correctly. Gets the round.
Round 2.
That's the thing with taunt, it takes 1 frame to cancel, so you can essentially do most of the animation. The moment you see a rage come out, you just tap back or forward or whatever and cancel it. No break on the 1+2 throw. A lot of players do like to use that while dashing with taunt forward because it hides the animation. Makes it a bit more difficult to break. Commits to the second hit, very good hit confirmed there by Joplix.
Caught him in the air.
Hop kick. And Knee is using 3+4 as the main tool to stop hop kicks on negative frames. We saw it earlier after forward 1+2, 1+2. He used 3+4. Obviously, if Claudio does any buttons, he'll get counter hit launched. Knee on his last leg and back 1 to close it out. Claudio's back 1's actually one of his best moves. It's -5 on block and does a ton of damage for a homing mid. And there's that down forward 1 to float the hop kick. Knee is so ready for that. He knows the exact timing you want to use that down forward 1, and for the exact reason, using back 1 this time to keep him in check. Just out of range for that 1+2. Whoop, he went for another hop kick. See, the timing on these hop kicks, I think only one has hit so far. Knee is just waiting for it. And just as we say that, there it is. The commentator's curse at its finest. Drops the combo. Can Knee bring it back? He does have rage. 1 hit is all it takes, and 1 hit is all it took for Joplix as well. The down 3 to take it. 2 rounds to 1 in his favor right now over Knee in this second game. Here we have in the semifinals. Back 1 with the knockdown, goes for the running tackle. No break by Knee. Goes for 2 hits.
Oh,
Decides
dashing
to
his
stop
face.
early. Because Knee is playing so defensively and not trying to overcommit, Joplix has the luxury to dash in his face, maybe to see when he will button. But regardless, gets a counter hit. Caught Knee pressing buttons in that situation.
More hit. Oh.
No break again. That's a 100% hit rate right now.
Oh.
He stayed on the ground, did not want to deal with that rage drive. Knee had a read on it, goes for the ground hitting mid and ends that round. Ties it up 2 rounds apiece right now.
Wow, look at these. Oh, catches him on the back.
That move can be launched by Brian. You've got to be ready with that jet upper. Knee just a bit too behind. Wasn't ready for it. Joplix does have Starburst once again. Will he use the mix-up straight off the bat? And there it is. That should be it. Leslie dropped the combo. Back 4-1. And the running 2 ends it. Joplix gets on the board.
1 apiece. Claudia versus Brian. That's amazing. I'm sure Brian. I keep saying Brian instead of Knee. I'm sure Knee will stick with this character though. It just feels like he's just gonna live or die by it and just see how he goes. Alright, let's go. Ooh, Jopelik's feeling himself a little bit.
I feel like as the set progresses, we're going to see both players use more tools. And right now they're sticking to like maybe 3 or 4 main pokes or main tools to use in neutral. Jopelik's obviously really liking that back one, really liking that back 3 and the jab strings. And Knee, that down forward 1 and the forward 3 just doing everything for him right now. And there's that down forward 1, the machine gun series.
That was like 80% of his health right
That was a lot of damage from that machine gun series there. And he's still using it to check timing, check mental frame advantage, and to counter hit him. Nice punish. That punish there is not actually 100% consistent. Claudio's most consistent punish for that is down forward 4. But Jopelik recognized the range and gets the correct punish. Goes for that back 2 into the starburst. 1 hit away from closing now. And there's that down 4. He recognized it might have been a bit further that time. Cashes in and punishes it correctly.
Yeah, Knee expecting Jopelik to press a lot more buttons than he actually is, especially on the down forward 1 option, down forward 2 option, but just not getting it. Jopelik is just being super patient, getting what he needs to get done.
I feel like when Knee is not on plus frames, where it's just neutral, he's scared to use back 1 because it's slow and he doesn't want to counter hit, hop kick, or just counter hit in general. He has used it in 2 times, once to check and once after plus frames. He's gonna get him to the wall here. Goes for the double knees. Goes for Oki with that back 3 into the plus frames. Knee does have rage. Goes for the 4-3.
Back there, the rage drive.
So he's waiting for something after down forward 1 now.
Just standing there. Oh, wow.
But what is he waiting for? That's what I want to know. Does he have a read on a crouch jab or a slow low or something? Because he's done that twice now. Once when Jopelik's trying to close out and once at the start of the round. There's that 3+4. Jopelik's back rolls out of there.
Coming in. He's feeling very confident right now. His movement shows that. No blue.
Oh, and the whip punish on the hop kick.
Goes for
Knee's
the
so ready for that. Gets
Oh,
the into the
and he
3-hit
begins.
series. Very well done there by Knee. That's actually one of the harder links after the taunt. You only have 2 frames of leniency. 2 rounds apiece in this 3rd game. Knee gets that counter, too far away for that dash jab combo.
Duck there.
Jopelik still favoring that back 1. He's done so much work for him in this set. Ducks that down back 4-3, but doesn't get a launch, still gets a punish. Jopelik's almost in rage, down to about 50% life. That back 1 still hitting, such a good tool for Claudio in neutral. Knee checking with that down forward 2, does not want to commit to the second hit. Nice break on the 2 throw there. Jopelik finally breaks a 1+2 throw. And the back 1, the timing on these back 1s is so well placed by Jopelik. And the hop kick uses the new Season 3 punish with that 4-3. 1 hit away, 12 seconds left on the clock.
Back 4.
Jopelik does not have rage. He can still make a comeback. All it takes is 1 hop kick and the jab. Very well timed there by Knee to take a 2-1 lead in this 1st-to-5 over Jopelik's. Jopelik's, you know, he has to be thinking about what he did well in that set and what he didn't do well. Right now, the main thing that's keeping him in the game is the timing on that back 1. He's using it so effectively. And I feel like every time Knee comes in, maybe he's fuzzing, maybe he's doing a slow mid, or maybe he's just jabbing. That back 1 has good high crush, and I think when it hits, it's very effective because it leaves him at a range where Knee can only back roll. He doesn't want to stay down. Jopelik will then further enforce a situation or a mind game in that situation.
We'll check in with those back 3s. Nice block on the hop kick. Knee just having trouble breaking Jopelik's offense this round. Excellent work. Here we go. 2-1.
Yeah, 2-1 is actually -5 on block. It used to be unsafe, but players are using it a lot more these days.
Knee making his way back. Oh, and finally it comes out.
You hate to see it happen. Well, not if you're Knee.
Yeah, no.
Gets that back 1+2 rage drive. Perfect timing. Even though Jopelik was waiting for it, Knee just had the read on the exact timing where he had to throw it out.
Crashing in his face. Confidence.
Jopelik's finally incorporating that forward 4 into his neutral game. Feels like he needs an advancing mid rather than using the running 2 for those plus frames. He's been playing more so.
Oh.
And gets the counter. This should be it.
Oh, no.
The second he whiffs,
Oh,
and it doesn't
okay.
matter.
Brought it
Knee
back,
with
brought
the
it
generic
back.
blow to close it out. I was saying he's playing a lot more of a keep-out oriented game against Knee, but I feel like now when he wants to go in, he's trying to add more jab series on an approach and use that forward. And look at this damage with the Oki as well. That was only 10 seconds already, and he's almost down to rage.
And there it is. Wow.
These forward threes, the timing.
He wasn't able to hit them earlier in the set, but now they're just non-stop, just hitting.
And that game was like 2 minutes long.
Oh, yeah.
Knee has obviously, practiced what he preached. He's on to that point where he's saying Brian is a good long set character. He's gonna, remember what's happened in previous situations. I did this move, my opponent did this. I hit my opponent with this, my opponent did this, and he's cashing in on all those situations. He's getting the counter hits when he needs to, and I feel like that's what's stopping Joplix from getting his game started, and that's why he was forced to play that keep-out oriented playstyle. The moment he goes in, he feels a bit less confident in his buttons, and in that, Knee's just taking advantage of it. And Joplix bringing out the Feng, I remember him saying on Twitter for the past few months or so that he's been really enjoying this character, and he's bringing out that Feng. This is a character we don't really see that often these days. Many of the Feng aficionados, the old school players, have either moved on to other characters or don't really play the game anymore. So whenever we do see this character, it's a rare treat. The first time we saw this character at like really, really high level was in 2015, and it was Knee that was playing him in Tekken 7.
Feng for quite some time over that year.
He really liked that character. When he went for the Torn Jet Upper, very, very difficult to do there. But Knee, obviously, one of the people that pioneered that series of events.
Yeah, he changed the way people played me for a little. Oh, sorry.
Played
God damn.
We're still going
Too many
with it.
characters. Yeah, I think he changed the meta of how people looked at Feng, how people played Feng. Like the back tempo style really came in after that. Damn, that was a good first round. 34 seconds.
I think back tempo is really good against Brian as well.
Yeah.
Because a lot of his tools like his forward three, his hatchet, back one, that back tempo will avoid them. You see the whiff, you go for that launch, and you get big damage. Especially in this season, Feng has improved combos, has further wall carry.
Ooh, drops the combo there. Forward. Look at these taunt dances, man.
The way he's taunting, people will think, oh, he's just, BMing him. But the reason why you do that is because it looks like a move came out. And what happens is it forces your opponent to press a button, and then you get a counter hit because they're thrown off guard. They're not ready. They said to themselves, hey, a move came out. Oh, wait, but I already pressed the button. And then they get counter hit. Knee up 2 rounds. This is 5 rounds straight, at least for Knee.
Woo!
And gets the sidestep 4.
Classic.
This could be exactly what he needed. We'll get him to the wall.
Oh,
Goes for the
nice
high
combo.
wall for that combo.
Double
and
barge.
the double shoulder.
Round 4.
All right, coming back. Feeling a bit more comfortable now, maybe. Oh,
Side steps to the back.
That last hit is punishable if he doesn't charge it, right?
He just wasn't ready for it. Knee gets the combo from the while standing one. We'll get him to the wall hit. Goes for that Oki ender. Wanted the taunt setup.
Oh.
And the wall bounce. This should be it. Knee with the 4-3-4 to close it out. Up 4-1 over Joplix here. Joplix, perhaps not liking that Feng after all.
Will he change back to Claudio? Let's see.
I think the Claudio was working out really well at the
Yeah.
start, and then, as mentioned earlier, Knee just picks up on a few things. When a player of Knee's caliber picks up on certain things and he exploits them to the utmost, all you could do is say to yourself, you know what, I have to change the way I'm playing. If you don't, you're just going to get hit by the same thing over and over again. And if you do change it, it forces Knee to have to rethink his game plan as well. I think Joplix is more than capable of doing that, and he does go back to that Claudio, back to his main character in that Mishima Dojo for what could be the last game in this first to 5.
Not for his sake though. Not for Joplex's sake. Oh, he's going with this costume.
Alright, this is the power up he needed.
Alright, let's go. I like the tassels and everything.
As mentioned earlier, look fresh, play fresh. You gotta keep it clean. Bringing out that preset. Gets that counter into the dash jab.
Those are the hard combos. Well,
Bit
but it's
too
me,
late
I
there.
guess, so it's just combos, right?
And there's that back one. Forward 3. Very well done there. Gets the running 2 into the starburst. He does have it. Will he use it this round? Didn't even need it.
Came
Goes for the
straight
back
out the
3.
gate. That was fast.
So yeah, if Joplix plays more aggressively, but in a timing where he won't get counter hit, I feel like that would be very beneficial for him. When he was playing keeper, I think he was just letting Knee do his own thing. And right now, he is playing that more defensive style, waiting for a mistake, and the mistake is on his end. Gets counter hit with that while standing 3, carries him to the wall.
Oh, there we go. He's not getting up, doesn't want to deal with the taunt. But there it is, sidesteps away, very nice.
Yeah, that was a really good sidewalk on wake up. Didn't let Knee get that taunt pressure. Commits to the full string.
Oh,
That
wow,
should be it.
crush. KO. Alright, 2 more rounds and Knee could be moving forward to grand finals.
I think that's the first time we've seen Knee use that string.
Yep.
He's been using a lot of that 4-3 actually. Very interesting. It is a natural combo now. It's +2 on hit. He's just throwing it out. Maybe expecting Joplix to just wait for the last hit. Once again, using the first 2 hits to condition him with mental frame advantage.
Oh!
How is he so ready for these hop kicks? And gets the dash on the jet upper punish.
Or if he believed hard enough, he could have taken that.
Both players had the chance to close it out there.
Oh!
Commits
Got
to
it
the
this
mid.
time, though.
This could be it. This is big damage.
Woo!
And the last hit takes it.
All right.
Joplix with
Let's
the
go.
combo. Can he bring it back? Could that have been the swing in momentum that he needed? Joplix pushing Knee to the wall. This is a small stage. And gets that counter in 4. We'll get him to the wall here. Goes for the running 2. Very well done there. Recognized that it was off axis. Just wanted the starburst. Perhaps for a mix-up to close it out. Does have access to that down 2-2. Decides to use it.
Here we go, Knee's coming in with those 4-3s again.
And the way Joplix is moving, he's pushing Knee to the corner. Knee gets that counter. What could be potentially the game-winning combo. The Rage Art comes out. And the punish.
Okay.
We're going to a
This is it.
potential final round.
Okay, let's go. Joplix really needs to pull it back right now. He's on his last lap of this tournament. It's gonna be crazy. He's okay.
He
All
wants
right,
it.
here we go. All right, then.
This is when you know Knee is in the zone. He's so far ahead. He wants to get that taunt jet upper. Playing to the fans. Nice low parry by Joplix. Joplix, he's not gonna let him get that taunt jet upper. He wants to win
That's
this
the thing.
game.
When you see your opponent maybe get less serious about it, that could be an opportunity to bring it back.
And
There we go.
There we go. Knee caught sleeping on the job.
Yep.
Gets hit with the mid. Joplix puts himself back into this set on the precipice of defeat.
Yeah, also, there's nothing wrong with sleeping on the job, all right? All right, let's go. All
Knee
right.
still on a 4-2 lead over Joplix, but Joplix, with this momentum from the last game, let's see what he does with it. Brian still throwing those steel beams at the camera.
Let's see if Knee actually goes back for some more taunt jet up, or he's like, okay, we gotta close this one out, it's getting too close. Oh, finishes it that time. Counter hit, taking it to the wall, not quite there. Oof. Man, this wall's been broken for years now. Like, I don't know what kind of contractors they got with this, but they are not fixing it. It's a big hole.
Nice whiff punish. Very, very rare to see that used as a whiff punish.
Oh, wow. The timing on that read. So yeah, he's gonna do the running punch. I'm gonna duck. Just wait here. He didn't even fuzz it. He's just like, oh, I'm down. And then he got back up.
He's got those reads. Once again, Joplix back rolling after that 3+4 knockdown. Interesting choice of move. It did, however, low crush, which was probably the goal in that situation. Using that forward 3, one of Brian's best moves up close.
Back one again.
There's that 3+4. This time he tech rolls.
Oh, the back ones are coming out.
Neve has his back to the wall. Joplix trying to push him into the corner. Uses that down forward to looking for a counter here. That doesn't commit.
Knee didn't even bother to punish. He's like, alright, I'm gonna save these negative frames and just use it for a heavier move and just see if he block it or not.
15 seconds left on the clock. Neither player in rage. Joplix with the big hop kick.
Ooh.
I think Knee tried to do a forward 3 in between, but he was a bit late because forward 4 is -5 into an I-15 hop kick.
Jabbed him out of the orbital. At the wall, Superman punch. Ooh, Knee working his way out, nice block.
All of those have been blocked. Knee is 2 on point in blocking that down to 2. The only way that's hitting is if the counter hit.
Messed up.
And he's got that legacy Brian skill where he commits to forward 2-1 in case he messes up the forward 4-2 input, just so you don't launch punish it. And the side step into the jet upper punish, forward 4-2 to end the combo. We're in that part of the set again where Knee could take it and could eliminate Joplix. Once again, Joplix has a chance to bring it back, and will he do it just like he did in the previous game?
Nice steps, avoiding the forward threes. Knee keeps throwing them out. Jumper Lex just keeps walking away. Oh, he's okay. All right, calm down, knee. You don't want. Oh,
He
okay.
was so close.
Jumper Lex, let's go. Bring it back.
Everyone in the crowd just waiting for the twin jet up.
Yeah, the crowd's huge right now.
Knee trying to jet up punish that wall bounce there.
This is your chance, Jumper Lex.
There's the same thing we saw in the very first
Oh!
game.
Sorry.
These hob kicks, the reads on these hob kicks by Jopalix.
This is weird side
He
access.
does have rage. One hit could take it.
Oh, let's
Jopalix
go.
playing it patient, using that back one. Wants to play
Oh, the
keeper.
back three.
One hit away,
Oh, nice
blocks the
block.
low. 10 seconds
He's going for
left.
stuff. Oh! Down back wall. Let's go. Let's go.
Final
Woo.
round of this game. Can Jopalix
We're going to see
put
a
another one
3-4.
on the board?
Alright, take your chance, Jumper Lex. Blood in the water.
You know what we haven't seen a lot from Knee? I was just about to say orbital, and
Yeah.
he does it. Because I feel like he doesn't want to use it at a range where running 2 will whip punish. Because running 2 very, very fast. If you're ready for it, you can get that whip punish.
And he did an orbital at the start of the previous round, I believe it was, and he got floated. Just did it, got floated, and then taken to the wall.
But
So maybe-
I don't think he's had to use that until
No,
now.
not much, yeah. Okay, he's trying. Alright, Jumper Lex, this is your chance, dude.
He's still using that back one, the old reliable, safe mid homing move. Both players playing very patiently. Still not committing to the last hit. Knee obviously
18
waiting for it. Knee just turtling all the way to the end. We're almost down to the last 10 seconds and neither player is
Oh,
and the
11.
orbital with the perfect timing. The first one to hit is the decisive one to take the set.
Excellent.
Very well done there by Knee.
Very well
Takes
done.
it 5-2
That was amazing.
over Jopalix.
That was excellent.
Very well done by Knee. Finland eliminated from the tournament. South Korea moving on into our top 3. Very well done there by Knee. Great effort by Jopalix, making this top 4 at a stacked tournament. I think this is the most stacked IESF has ever been, and it's good to see the overall skill levels getting better and better every year. But alas, that is our last match for now. We will be going to a break, and after that, we'll have more matches for you. We will be on the main stage, and as you can see on the screen, at 5 p.m. Korean Standard Time, we will have Dojin from the Philippines versus Jopalix from Finland for 3rd place.
Yep.
This will be a 3rd place match, and after that, we will have our grand finals. Stick around for some Tekken, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back at 5 p.m.
See you soon.